Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? Y'all know what it is, man. This your boy Tank be chopping, and we back with another haircut tutorial. Alright guys, what we doing on this cut is we're gonna be doing some shear work on top, giving my man a slight trim, doing a number 2 on the sides with a taper. Line up the beard a little bit. As you can see, his beard isn't all the way there yet, but we gonna hook him up, man. So starting off this haircut, I like to start off all my haircuts going over the top first. So since we are doing a shear cut, I'm bringing my mohawk section coming forward, and I'm taking off about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch or so. That's gonna be my initial guideline coming forward, right? So I'm gonna use that guideline throughout the top of my client's hair. So anytime I pull up a section, as you can see here, it's gonna have a little bit of that guideline in the section. That way I can see exactly how short I need to go on the rest of the hair to make sure that it's nice and even. And we're just gonna do this all through the top of my client's hair. I sped it up because it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, I explained it a little bit and I show y'all. So I hope y'all understand it. If y'all would rather me slow the top part down, let me know. And my next video we do with shears, I'll make sure to have that a little slower so I could explain it a little better. But we're basically just getting the top all down to that length that I originally set in. Alright, so now that that is done, we're moving on to the sides. And what I'm doing here is I'm actually going in with my number 4 guard first, and I'm debulking. I like to debulk my client's hair before I actually start any fade work because it makes it easier for me. You know what I'm saying? So if I just went in with my 2 guard, I'd have to blend all the way into the hair on top. But going in with my 4 guard first, it lets me know that I only need to blend into number 4. So I'm just taking that 4 guard, coming up and off the parietal ridge, trying to keep it still kind of, not bulky, but still have some hair on the sides, right? So I did that with my 4 guard, and then I'm continuing my debulking process with my number 3 guard, and I'm just doing the same exact thing, coming right below what I previously did. And if you are interested, these are the JRL Onyxes. I don't have a discount code for JRL. However, you can go to fwbarbersupply.com and use my discount code TANK10. I know they got some in the other day. I don't know if they still got them, but you can check it out and see if they still got them on their website. And if not, you can probably purchase something else and use my discount code TANK10. But with that being said, I did my 4 to debulk, my 3 to debulk, and now I'm going in with my number 2 guard. And this is gonna be the length that he likes on the sides. And just for reference, guys, this is my first time cutting his hair. I just asked him if I could record it, and he said cool. So I'm taking my number 2 guard, setting in my line where I want my number 2 guard to be at. And I'm gonna do this all the way around the head, as y'all can see. And then I'm basically gonna blend into that number 3 guard. But remember, guys, you got to be consistent with it. You got to make sure you got a nice line. Doesn't have to be the straightest of lines. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you want it, you want it semi-consistent, But now I'm going in with my 2 guard lever open, blending into that number 3 guard. And you may see me adjust my lever if I feel it's necessary in certain parts of the haircut. But like I said, I'm basically just trying to blend into that number 3 that I did earlier. And if I do happen to leave any other lines, I'll make sure to either adjust my lever or revert to a different guard that I feel is necessary to get that line to come out. But I'm honestly trying to blend this into that number 3 guard without leaving any lines. It's gonna make the haircut go by a little quicker. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go over the same steps over and over, but I get it, it happens. Sometimes you have to go over the same sections a couple times, switching guards, as you see me doing here. I had to switch to a bigger guard, so I believe this is my 3 guard. It may be my 4 guard, I really can't tell based on the video, but I'm gonna assume it's my 3 guard just based on how I saw the hair blending and how I saw it that it still needed to be touched. You know what I'm saying? So I'm assuming this is my 3 guard, but I'm basically just blending into what I did previously. Alright, so now that we got that done, I'm gonna go ahead and take my trimmer. These are the FX1 trimmers from Babyliss. I'm gonna go ahead and bald them out, and I'm gonna set in my line behind the ear and over the ear. Now, as you saw me doing my bald guideline, I just did it straight across. I didn't do it like I normally do it, like a half circle shape. And the reason for that is he's not really interested on having a super dark C cup. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I go in and I leave a darker C cup, but he just wants just a regular taper, so I balded him out straight. I used my shaver, the FX1 shaver, and now I'm going back to my clipper work. I started off with my clipper open, created a section, and as y'all can see here, I'm adjusting my lever closed little by little, working my way down to try to blend that line out. Now, this may or may not get that line out completely, and that's fine. I could always come back in detail. I just really want to go through some of my steps right here first and get a foundation for the cut. So here is my one guard lever open, once again using the JR Onyx, and I have my one guard open, creating another section, but at the same time I'm trying to blend into that two guard. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to take away a lot of work. So if it could just blend into that two guard, that'd be perfect. And if it doesn't, that's fine. I can come back with my 1.5 guard. But as you can see, it has that, you can see where the section is at, and then I closed my lever and I started attacking the bottom line in that section. And same thing as earlier, guys. If these lines don't come out all the way, that's perfectly fine. I can come back in detail later on, or use another guard as you see me doing here. This is my half guard. The clipper is halfway open, and I'm just gonna adjust my lever close notch by notch until this middle line comes out. And if it still doesn't come out, once again, guys, that's perfectly fine. I can revert back to my clipper no guard if needed. But you see your boy doing some lever play, just trying to get this part of the blend nice and buttery. But now we're reverting back to the number two guard that you saw me use earlier, and I'm just trying to blend into the bulk of this haircut. And the reason why I have my two guard open is because what I say, because I'm blending the top of that taper, which really kind of is like a 3 or a 4 on that side. So I want to make sure that I go in with the right guard and adjusting my lever closed as needed. And you can go in with the lever closed if you want to, but I just feel like doing it like this just helps me be a little more safer. All right, so now that I've done that, I'm going in with my 1.5 guard lever open, trying to clear away the bulk on the top of this taper. As you can see, that line is becoming a little more erased than it was previously, and I'm gonna adjust my lever close as needed until that line becomes completely erased. And once again, if it doesn't come completely erased, perfectly fine, guys. I'll go back and revert to my one guard lever open if I need to. And that's basically what I'm doing here. I wanted to clean up this blend a little more, you know, wanted to look a little more blurry. So I had to go in with my one guard lever open, and I believe after this, I'm gonna revert to my half guard. No, I didn't, okay, I lied. I went in with my trimmer, and I'm just trying to erase that bottom line that you can slightly see from using my shaver. And now that that is done, I'm going in with my clipper open, no guard, adjusting my lever as needed to try to blend down, try to just get this part to look nice and blended, basically to give it the look that I wanted to, the way I want it to look. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? And I've said this before, I feel like the bottom part of the blends are the most important. So, you know, you gotta take your time on that, right? But now I'm just blending in the beard, going in with my clipper open first and adjusting it closed, working my way up. This is my 1.5 guard. And the thing with his beard is, we're gonna kind of blend it down, but not all the way, because the top of his beard is lighter than the bottom of his beard due to, I don't know if it's growth or if it's regrowth, you know what I'm saying? Like it may be a little patchy, or it may just not have, it may have been edged up lower before, and he wants to keep it a little fuller. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking the beard down with a number 6. It's basically just trimming the wild hairs, cleaning it up a little bit, not taking off too much length, but I'm going in with my number 6 guard first. And then what I'm gonna do after that is I'm gonna take my number 4 guard and clean up, you know, right around the cheek area where it's a little darker, where I want it to blend into the top of the cheek. So that was my 4 guard, and here's my 3 guard. And I don't want to go too low because he didn't want the beard to look too short. So I stopped there, and I said, you know what, let me go ahead and line him up. So I'm taking my trimmer, the FX1 gold trimmer from Babyliss. I'm gonna go ahead and line up my client. As you can see, I'm keeping it kind of high on the cheek area. And then we're gonna hit that C cup. Now, once again, he didn't really want a really dark C cup, but he did want that line in it. So I went ahead and punched in that line. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just continue to line up my client, hit that mustache area, the middle part of the goatee, and then, you know, just try to bring it all together. And as you can see, that blend on the beard looks a lot better than what it did earlier. Now I'm taking my 1 guard lever open, taking down that mustache a little bit, doing a little bit of detail work on the blend. That was my number 4 guard, then my number 3 guard, and I'm basically just gonna work my way down. You know what I'm saying? Using my clipper open, closing it, corner blending, all that good stuff. And then now this is I believe this is my 4 guard again. And now I'm gonna go ahead and line my client up. So as you can see, I started off in the middle of my client's head, setting my initial line, and now I'm just working my way over to the vertical bar. And then once we hit that vertical bar, we're gonna make that look nice and sharp, and we're gonna see this blend a little better. We're gonna see this haircut a little better, so we can take care of any discrepancies now that we can actually see the blend better. And I do want to state that we did not use any enhancements on this cut. You know, he just wanted a clean, natural haircut. So no enhancement gang on this one. You know, I know a lot of times you see a lot of my videos are enhancements, but I want to show that I cut without enhancements also. You know, I do what the client wants. Because a lot of times people be in my comments, you know, on Instagram and on YouTube saying that I can only cut with enhancements, that my haircuts aren't real, all that stuff. So just to show y'all I can do haircuts without enhancements also. You know, I do post those also. However, y'all know how I know the enhancements is what looks better as far as video quality and pictures. So, you know, if you want to use that for videos and pictures, I say do it. If your client likes enhancements, I say do it. If they don't like it, then don't do it. It's all based on the client's preference, and you should be able to adjust your style accordingly. Like if your client don't want enhancements, don't use enhancements. If he does want them, use them. You know what I'm saying? I think having that in your toolbox is something good because it can possibly make you more money. But with that being said, as you can see, we're just tapering this side of the haircut, basically doing the same exact steps that we did on the opposite side. Obviously, I did speed this part up, and I'm not really talking too much about the steps on this side, but I just wanted to show y'all that your boy's getting down on this side of the blend also. So as y'all can see, this part of the haircut's coming together. Doing a little bit of detail work now. Now I'm gonna go ahead and line them up behind the beard, taking that beard down with a number 6. This is my number 4 guard, blending into that number 6. And then I'm gonna take my clippers, my guards, and work my way down, and then blend that beard in. Now we're gonna go ahead and line them up. So I'm starting off on my client's forehead again, basically where I left off earlier. And you want to make each side of the lineup look symmetrical and be a mirror image of the opposite side. So that's basically what I'm doing here, hitting that C cup, hitting that vertical bar, and we're gonna hit the beard. Now, like I said earlier, guys, he didn't want his beard pushed down, so we're just barely tapping the beard. It's not gonna look very, very sharp, but that's fine. You know, obviously if we would have added enhancements, it would have looked sharper, but you don't need enhancements every time. It's cool that he liked it like that, so it was no big issue. But now we're moving on to my razor work, as you can see. Cleaning up all that hair, basically all these lines, we're just trying to make them look sharper. We're trying to take this haircut to the next level, trying to just make these lines pop a little more, because I think when you hit the clients with the razor, it really makes them lines pop, and it makes the haircut stand out a little more, at least in my opinion. And once again, guys, when you're doing any razor work, make sure you stretch that skin. Make sure you lay that razor flat. That way you lessen the chance of nicking your client. I ain't nicked the client in a minute, but you know, it happens. So you just gotta be careful, take your time, be cautious of what you're doing, and be attentive to how you're doing what you're doing. But as y'all can see, man, this cut's coming together. You know, something a little different for the YouTube channel. You know, no enhancements, just a nice gentleman's haircut. You know, 2 on the side, trim the top, taper, no enhancements. You know, I think it's a different look for the channel, but I think it's a good classic look. And I think a lot of people still get these type of cuts throughout the day. I just think a lot of people don't post them because they're not, I guess, post worthy, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not like super fresh, you know, so they don't look super fly, you know what I'm saying? But check it out, man. This is how my man came into the shop looking. This is the before cut, and this is the finished product. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut in the comment section. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if new to my channel, make sure to subscribe one time for your boy. Remember, guys, if you're in the Houston, Texas area and want a haircut from your boy, you can go to my website, tankbechopping.com. You can book there. I will have the discount codes in my description. So Babyliss, you can go to babylesspro.com. But if you saw any tools in this video that aren't from Babyliss, you can go to fwbarbersupply.com. Use my discount code TANK10. And not just on any of these tools, but they sell combs, they sell colognes, you know, aftershaves, brushes, you know, all that good stuff. fwbarbersupply.com. Make sure to check them out and use my discount code TANK10. That way you can save yourself some money. But once again, man, this is the finished cut. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. I think I hooked my man up. I think I gave him a nice taper, you know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what you think about this cut in the comment section. And yeah, YouTube, I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, let's go.